hi guys to everyone. It's Ada from Poison Rock, and today I have the pleasure to have with me, I think all the guys are from VRSA, or
We're
someone
missing one. We're
We're
missing
missing
one.
one.
someone is missing. But
Yeah.
let's speak. It's not missing actually because it disappeared. It's just missing a name. We don't want to create any alarmism to the people. So first of all, guys, how are you?
Great.
Awesome.
Doing
Thanks for
Finally,
having us.
finally we managed to do this interview, and of course, just before started talking about how Versa started and all of that, just introducing each one of you and as well the missing one.
Yeah, I'm Josh. I play guitar and sing.
Yeah. I'm Matt, play bass and also sing.
I'm Andrews. I play lead guitar, so to say. And we're missing our drummer, Aiden.
It's not missing.
Missing.
We have a search party out for him right now.
No, he's running late.
Yeah.
So you filled the form for missing person. He's in the close district waiting. Yeah, just to be clear, he's safe. It's home, returned home already. It's safe. So, of course, guys, you just because I was just, of course, You're active since let's say around 2007, 2008, that kind of period when Versa started to just join all together. So it's almost 15 years, something like that.
Yeah, we're close to 15 years. Yeah, it was me and Andrews that started it together.
Okay.
And then we've had different members come and go, but Matt's been with us for a while, and Aiden is the newest member. Our drummer's the newest member, but everything's going really well. We have good chemistry now, and
Okay.
writing new songs even after this new album that we just have out now.
Okay, so you already started to write new material.
Yeah.
We're already recording the new material.
Yeah, we're about to record it.
Super
It's
fast.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Everything's
do you have
clicking.
you do, but you do as well a lot of live shows, as far as I can see on the social media. So
Yeah.
So did you
Yeah,
have
we're
a
out
moment to chill?
almost every other weekend we're out there playing shows. So
Okay, so you play always all around because of course people may just know where you came from, where you are. Just let's to give a little bit of context as well.
Sure. Yeah, well, we're from Connecticut,
Okay.
but yeah, we try to play out of state as much as possible, travel around, and meet new people. And
So, like, for European audience that might not know the United States, that's more the New York City and Boston area, which usually refer to New England. So there's also Vermont, Maine. So a few states in that New England area, we try to tour that as much. And then every once in a while we go down south or go down towards west.
Okay.
And play some shows there, but mostly in New England area.
So it's more or less like in the northeast
Yes.
area. So let's say, but of course, like I think that would be the chance maybe one day to do kind of a US tour, let's say coast to coast.
it would be nice.
Cool.
yeah, we're working up to that. Yeah.
But I mean, I think that playing live shows, even locally, or let's say out of your country, is always good to keep it because you keep with an interaction with the people. They get to know your music, and that's as well a way that the people has to spread your music, even in other countries, even because you're close to Canada, to the Canadian border, for example. Just in Canada, there's a lot of activity in music going on right now in around Toronto, especially.
Yeah.
We have a member of Poison Rock in Toronto, so a little bit of and we work as well with Inertia Entertainment, which is the one that leads the Phoenix Theater in Toronto.
Okay,
So
cool.
one day you will need help, just let us know.
Absolutely.
And this guy is actually touring United States. So if he should be around your area, I will let you know because it's a young guy. It's Death Doom band.
Okay.
So native guys, American, really good but people. So really fucking great music. So just I'll let you know, but it's always good to have connection in the music scene, even but they are really young, so in their 20s, so really, really young. So it could be helpful as well to them as well, give a little bit, because being from another country as well, if you have kind of a guidance, let's say, maybe you can suggest some places to go, maybe you can have a good drink or something like that. It's always nice. And by the way, I mean, like you mentioned before, that there was a little bit of change of lineup. So because as far as I'm seeing, correct me here if I'm wrong, the first official full length was in 2010, which was Old Man Grey.
Yeah, that was the first album. Yeah.
Official. Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, you release, of course, throughout the years, other full length EPs, but the last one is a Saltwater Circadian, which is the.
Right.
So we can say that this last record is kind of, I mean, for what we can say is different from the other ones. And it may be, we can say that it's kind of a turning point album or kind of an evolution.
Yeah, it's definitely an evolution. I don't know if it's a turning point exactly, but I mean, I could see how you could look at it that way. But, we just always try to like bring all our influences in, and whatever comes out,
So, and which kind of course, because like it's always like we said, an evolution. And comparing to, of course, like there are the influence of each one of you, new members, but as well in Saltwater Circadian, what we can say the sound changed throughout these years, especially. So
sound-wise, I don't know. I think we just got better at capturing our sound, and like better because we record everything ourselves, so. We just got better equipment and more knowledge on how to do it, I guess helps, so
yeah,
that's probably
also like music wise, I think it's maybe a little more progressive, right? Like our older ones were more like, it's still heavy, it's still plenty heavy, but on this one there's even a lot more dynamic than on the other ones, and it's a little more progressive where we have, like we try to do a little bit like odd time signatures. We try to do like maybe some harmonizing some solos, whereas previous record maybe did not have as much of that.
Yeah,
I would say that's one.
And just better songwriting in general. We're just better at songwriting now. So
that too, yeah.
Who is in charge of the songwriting?
Well, me and Andrews, we like to, we're the riff masters. So whatever. We kind of combine our efforts, and whatever comes out in the room is how it goes. Usually, like we'll have an inkling of an idea, and then everybody kind of puts their 2 cents in and evolves from there.
No, we try to encourage the rhythm section to add to it, but and it's fine. You guys seem to.
I like to say that
a little bit, and
they make the Legos, and I like putting the Legos
together.
So
you do the like the refiniture, like
I love the transitions. I love thinking about tempo and dynamic and things like that to add to it, as well as the second vocal, so we can do harmonies and
that's actually something new. That's something new for this album. Yeah. He adds a lot for vocals, so that helps.
So don't become kind of like ABBA band, like the ABBA with all the harmonies.
ABBA, yeah, that's a good comparison.
Yeah.
Please, because they are using holograms now for the fucking Jesus.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh my God, I don't know what's happening. Please, if you do some live shows, don't use holograms, because I think the music.
We'll have holograms of ABBA while we're playing.
I thought that the lower point was reached out by AI with this kind of weird video clip. I thought the lower point, but then I saw Kiss are using will use hologram. What? For the music to last forever. Imagine go to see some, I don't know, obituary concert of Morbid Angel and see holograms.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
It's gonna happen. We're living in a dystopia.
As well, like you as a band, I mean, I think touring is a live show is a big part of being in a band. I mean, could you imagine just not tour anymore and just sitting at home recording and just that's it? I mean, do you think this hologram, whatever idea, is a cool thing, or like it's better to play live, interact with the audience?
Yeah, I had that conversation the other night, actually. Just how, just bedroom musicians and like people that like start bands and just do the social media thing and get big just that way without ever playing out. And it does seem like it's going that way more these days, but there's a critical part that's missing for a band. A band's supposed to be live, and
exactly.
I think that I'm not a fan of that. I don't know. I mean, I know that's just, maybe I'm losing touch or something, but I don't think
No, believe me as a poison rock as well. Okay, there's AI could be, like helpful in something, but I don't think I will ever love, especially as well as a fan, to see just a video clip of a band with all these things going there, this fantasy world. No, let's leave it to the Lord of the Rings, and it's not for me.
Okay.
Even because the music, it's the soul of music. I think is when it's rawest is the best.
Yeah.
So just recorded in a fucking garage, I don't know, everywhere, rehearsal room. We don't care. As a fan, we do not care. I'm at least speaking for myself. But I think that we have the missing person. So the
we found him.
Aiden is no longer missing.
Yeah.
They wanted to file a report of missing person.
Yes, Saltwater Circadian was recorded right here where we're sitting.
This,
all there. So you because
right
that's
in this room.
This is our practice space and recording space.
okay.
Do everything here.
You recorded, but and as well the mastering and everything was made there.
No, we sent it out to get it professionally mixed afterwards and mastered.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the recordings, all the recordings right here.
So the recording are like say directly licensed. So there's no recording that like some guitars apart, or you do like guitars apart, vocals apart, drums apart, and then mix it up all together.
Yeah, it's all separate, but I mean we do like demos and scratch takes of stuff together, and then we kind of go back and put in other parts afterwards. And
because we saw a little bit about sound wise, but the let's say because every band usually not everybody, many bands as kind of a, don't want to say topic or things they talk about, but especially in Saltwater Circadian, there is a topic, there is a message, or this time, of course, lyric-wise. So lyric-wise, what is the main thing that you face and talk in your lyrics?
You mean like what's the album theme?
Yeah,
exactly.
So yeah, I mean, the ocean and exploration and sea creatures and all that kind of stuff is the main inspiration for this album.
That's because some of you is working with water, because it's something that you feel close to. I don't know, because maybe some of you practice some sport regard to that. I don't know.
Yeah. I was living on the coast for a while by the ocean, and that was kind of what initially sparked the inspiration. But then also stuff like H.P. Lovecraft and like some of his stories that deal with the ocean and like the weird creatures that he comes up with also inspired it too.
And so he writes all the lyrics.
Okay.
Concepts
on the lyrics.
These are all Josh when it comes to the writing.
Okay, so you're the conceptual man. You're the writer.
Basically,
he has an awesome vision.
Okay, awesome vision. It looks like he's hallucinating. Let's be clear as well here. You're not hallucinating. There's no hallucinogen here. No matter.
Sometimes I am, but you never know.
Let's say just because it's healthy. I think sometimes better than psychomed. Sometimes if you use it correctly for for recreational purpose, not for addiction. We have to be clear. Sometimes people in the comment, Jesus, sometimes you see what happened. And you will see there will be some weirdo typing under your interview. I'm telling now, like some bot, like, oh, the dad is looking for the ice cream. I had fucking weird people commenting on my posts. I was like, what the fuck?
All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we want to clarify. We are open to recreational use of psychedelics, let's say. I mean, I have CBD oil behind me, so we are open to everything. Because let's admit it, it will be legalized. It would be fucking good for a lot of people with anxiety and all these fucking issues.
Yeah, there's legit uses for it for sure.
Yeah, it would be cool, because here, at least in Europe, you have to go only in Netherlands, so Amsterdam.
Right.
Yeah. Right. There you should take whatever you want. Here, you can forget you could go straight to jail.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah.
They even push it further for the weed, for example, which is insane to think so strict. I mean, there are murderers, mafia, whatsoever, walking on the street, and they are free.
Right.
These things, you go straight to the jail.
We're thankful where we are. Marijuana is legal now, so at least we got that going for us.
Yeah, well, yeah. But believe me, there's nothing good in Europe. Nothing, completely. It's a fucking old country. It's dead, completely. But coming back to VRSA, so since we are, I think, all four of you, I can ask you now about your personal influences. So we go jumping from one to another. The personal influences, because people always wants to understand what is behind the band, the personal influences of each one of you.
Like other bands that influence me.
Yeah, and since here there is every like singer, guitarist. So I'm gonna ask, like in your case, for example, singer, guitarist, if there are any guitarists, drummer, something. So we go.
Yeah. So I mean, I always like to say Dax Riggs. Oh, actually, I'm wearing the Acid Bath shirt right now. I love Acid Bath. Dax Riggs, lyrically, vocally, really inspires me. Not that I could sing like him, but I really love his work in general.
Okay.
For vocals.
It's your time. You are in line.
I already know what he's going to say.
Oh, I'm influenced by so much. I mean, I grew up with like from Michael Jackson to Led Zeppelin to Kiss, Iron Maiden, Metallica was a huge thing in my life. But as a bass player, Cliff Burton is who just, he made me want to play bass. And I still use a distortion and a wah pedal. And 30 years I've been playing bass now, so he's always been my dude for sure. Yeah,
that's cool. I mean, you've been stuck with that, but that's cool. I mean, because it's not easy having like kind of an idol and keeping on throughout this time. And that's what as well we love, like integrity and consistency as well. But I think as well they can shift sometimes over time. So the missing person, you should introduce yourself because you didn't get the chance.
Yeah, my name is Aiden. I just joined the band recently, but my biggest influences are probably along the likes of like Gojira or Matt Halpern from Periphery. They've just been like big standouts. I mean, like Matt, I've listened to all different genres as well. Like I used to be a jazz musician and do all sorts of different bits and pieces, but I really feel like, especially with this band, that like different influences definitely help craft the overall sound.
Okay, so only one person is left.
Me. Well, I guess the grunge era, really, like Nirvana was really a big when I was a kid.
Everyone taking a
but then once I branched out, because I'm originally from Europe, so Europe in the 90s, I don't know if you know the 90s, but in the 90s was a lot of dance music. There was not a lot of
I'm from the 80s, so I know.
So once I moved to the United States, like right around late 90s, early 2000s, that's when I got introduced into the heavier stuff like Neurosis, ISIS, actually Mike Patton stuff, like Faith No More came a little bit later, but like a lot of Mike Patton stuff. So a lot of those weird I like weird things, right? Like dissonant stuff, like feedback, a lot of feedback on the guitar. I don't like clean. If it gets too clean, sometimes it gets too boring. It loses the edge for me, I feel like. So I need that, like, I don't know. So those are my early heavy influences.
And maybe that kind of distortion came from as well from the grunge area. That was a lot of distortion.
A little bit of that punk
yeah,
aesthetic with mixed, but like still with the metal stuff and with the doom stuff now, and yeah.
So let's say there's a little bit because like I said, there's not kind of common ground. So there's a lot of different influences in VRSA. So if we would like, I don't know, just even to just find a quote, an adjective, something to define, not to label your sound, like to say you are like death metal, just a quote or something to define. Well,
I think lately we've all come to really enjoy Mastodon, and I feel like our sound does reflect that a little bit.
Okay.
So like Mastodon, Baroness, Gojira,
Baroness.
like
okay.
Yeah.
I interviewed Baroness.
That's the one that's kind of mixing.
Deftones
for sure. Deftones.
Deftones.
Another big influence.
Yeah, but I was saying mainly like your own definition of your music. Like, for example, is if you would like to say no, even with an adjective or as a quote, like we can leave that to the songwriter. Like given like I don't know, yeah, given like a title to your own music, not a label. Like say we are punk, we are metal, we are that.
Sure.
Okay.
We're really an amalgamation of so much.
Okay, that could be an adjective, amalgamation.
It is. It really is. But it seems like lately sludge, post-metal, progressive seem to be the terms that revolve around us the most. A little less doom than what the band I think was more previously, stoner doom. Still stoner doom elements because we are this amalgamation of so many different styles. We almost just want to call ourselves metal.
Because just I think the labeling things only is helpful when you have to, for example, doing I don't know interviews.
Put it on a shelf at Walmart. That's when it helps.
Yeah, but at the end of really everything, what matters is how you see your music. Because for me, it can be like raw and I don't know edgy or whatsoever. We can call it in so many times, but I think just the most amazing music you find it in the underground scene. Like even underground. You have now to define what does it mean underground, because underground once were just the few band playing in their home whatsoever, box, garage. That's it. But I think underground now is more like a subculture with all those bands. Just I don't know, doing rough music, really like. Rough as well, like DIY, let's call it like that, and then DIY style. And I think this is something that I saw in VRSA as well, like being not underground because you didn't make, because you're touring, you are mute, but being fucking truthful to yourself, stick to your own truth. That's it. We are like that. We are not gonna change. That you won't see us dressed like ABBA dancing on the stage.
I'm not against, dressing up, doing whatever, sometimes, but,
well, that's your Guar influence. I'm not dressing up like Guar, dude.
No, but like ABBA. We can wear suits and stuff.
But just trying to put us all in pea coats for a video. So
please. There's a band called Trophus. They did it with dressed like that. Please don't do it.
You like or you don't like?
I mean, that's a funny band. They went to Eurovision, so they did these things dressed like that to just mock Eurovision. But I think as a human beings to take it seriously, if you want to be you can do it. Who cares? But I mean, I can even. I don't want to go dress up like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, like this giant dress outside. But I think we should do whatever we want to do, because if even we make mistakes, I don't know, there are people that are going to edit, for example, interviews like that and cut it in pieces and put the highlights. Why? Even the stupid talk are important, I think.
Yeah, I think sticking to your, to your heart and to your guns, that's the most important part of it, to try to like chase after, fame or whatever it might be, acceptance or anything like that. I think that ruins the art in general,
Yeah, exactly, because
we share what we like.
Yeah, because as well
we make music we like. That's why we make,
because it's as well how people can see you, like, because I think one of the best way to see how a band actually is that, like, live shows. Because
absolutely.
That's why I perform a lot as well, I think. And speaking about live shows, of course, like I was saying, we have people connected in Toronto, a little bit of that area, more there than Europe, to be honest, which is funny. Let's say we are more oriented from San Francisco to Toronto whatsoever. There's less European people. Italian, zero. So don't expect an Italian to come and listen.
Really?
Yeah, maybe Germany was, yes, but not Italian.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit tough scene in Italy. So just speaking about your live, so you can speak about any live you have. So which are the upcoming live shows for people that can want to attend to any of these shows?
Yeah, so we have a few runs coming up in May. We're doing a short run. It's May, what's it, May 3rd,
May
4th?
3rd, 4th, and 5th. We're doing we put together a little DIY mini tour. We have good friends in a band up in Boston. We're in Connecticut. We have good friends in a band down in Long Island, New York, and we just connected with the three of them. Everybody booked their own show. Each band headlines their local spot, brings in an opener, sandwiches the out-of-town bands, and
that's a good way to see.
No promoters. We do it all of ourselves, and it's looking great. It's all set up. It's ready to go. So May 3rd, 4th, and 5th, we'll be in Long Island on the 3rd, in Connecticut on the 4th, and out in Boston on the 5th. And obviously, if the flyers are on our Instagram, Facebook.
I like that, still doing the flyers, because people don't do that anymore, the flyers. At least here that there is all Facebook, whatsoever. I mean, it's helpful, but always, if I still have, my flyer when I was younger, when there was, there was a good back then DIY culture here, and I was giving you this flyer. I still have it. There are memories.
Yeah.
And people use
Flyers
it
work,
to do joined. Yeah, but there were as well a good way to do joint.
Right.
The filter, at least. They use it to do the filter of joints. Yeah. So that's why.
And then we have some other shows lined up too in June, and hitting Maine and New Hampshire and
so you're
it's a full New England tour in June. Yeah, with Connecticut, Mass, like Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine.
Yeah.
So you have a lot going on as well this summer. Like you mentioned, you're already recording new material.
Yeah.
So,
we work.
You work. You work completely. But of course, I mean, I
think it also comes back to that whole thing, like what kind of music we write is because we like the music that we write. It's less of the work. It's more like, hey, I can't wait to do this. I can't wait. I can't wait to play live shows.
It's work, but it's not work.
Work's not a bad word.
Like, no offense to cover bands, let's say, but like, if I was, let's say, in a cover band, and I had to play, like, I don't know, Weezer covers all day, it would feel like work. You know what I mean? Like, I would feel like I'm working. I'm not enjoying,
You got the point. This is the same thing as the interview. Believe me, if you do because you like one band and because you are fun, it doesn't feel as work. It feels like having a talk, like grabbing a beer, and that's it. If you're doing it because, I don't know, you're getting paid at a band that doesn't like you, then when it comes to the editing, is a problem. It's gonna stay there, and you have to watch that thing on your wallpaper for at least a month, and it's a torture. So that's why it's always, I think, better do it because you like it, not because you have to, but because you want to. Because we already have who has it, at least in the world, a 9-to-5 job or whatsoever job, which is already a have to. So at least for the
job.
Right.
Hey, don't get me wrong.
No, instead of saying work, I'll say we spend a lot of time, energy, and passion on what we do.
Yeah.
About that.
Don't get me wrong. Coming back, 3 a.m. and having to load all the speaker cabinets back into this. It's not the best time. I'm not gonna lie, but that's part of it. Paying the dues.
Yeah, you gotta love that stuff, because that's the hardest part. So if you gotta love
the whole process.
Yeah, then you're all right.
Yeah, because sometimes they think that since you are in a band, you're making money out of it, or since because you're doing an interview, you're making money out of it. But let's be honest, even making a record, there's a lot of money. The opposite, invest too. Yeah.
It's expensive to be in a,
it's a cost.
Be in your passion, do your passion.
Yeah, but as well, like speaking about that, before we end, just want to say that Saltwater Circadian, it's available, I think, in physical copy too, for people who wants to buy it, or it's just only digital copies.
Oh, physical?
Yeah, we do. At our shows, we do have some CDs.
Okay.
For all our albums, yeah.
So for people from Europe, let's say, who are from you, that they can require, they maybe in the future could require some physical copy, or that there's only now. We
don't sell it online.
Okay.
But, if you sent us a message and we worked something out, I'm sure I could get anybody a copy in the world.
Copy, yeah, for sure. But you know, of course,
Absolutely.
Bandcamp's a great way if you don't need a physical in-hand
Okay.
copy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Bandcamp's a great way to get it.
Okay. Yeah, because Bandcamp, that's, let's say, does a lot, especially to sharing. This is one of the things that for technologists is good. At least I find it good even for myself, because you get, even with the pre-order, you get the alert that everything is available already in your laptop or whatsoever phone. You have that. You don't have to go and buy it. So that's something for sure. So thank you very much, guys. It was a pleasure. See you soon.
Absolutely.
For the next record, we're gonna do another interview, of course, and have fun for these live shows. And it was really a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah,
so
it was
much.
great. It was great meeting you.
Thanks.
Bye. Thanks for your time. Bye.
Bye.